Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, has a urgent warning for all Coinbase users, all Kraken users, anybody that's using a centralized exchange to hold a large sum of crypto. We're going to go over that and more. So without further ado, guys, smack the likes and smack the subscribes. If you guys want to check the video about the whole warning Coinbase users, that video is right here. The thumbnail is right there. Go check that out on the channel. But Brian Armstrong had a great thread about, hey, what's going on? So we're gonna go over the entire thread, put my thoughts and more. So to start off with his first tweet, he said, we've been seeing some questions / discussion around whether crypto can be used to avoid sanctions. A few thoughts, .. He says, every US company has to follow the law. It doesn't matter if you're a company that handles dollars, crypto, gold, real estate, even unicorns, or even non-financial assets. Sanction laws apply to all US people and businesses. He says, continuing on, so it would be a mistake to think crypto businesses like Coinbase won't follow the law. So what he's saying, guys, is that if they force them to lock your account, they're gonna lock your account. He said, of course we will. This is why we screen people who sign up for our services against the global watch list and block transactions from IP addresses that might belong to sanctioned individuals or entities, just like any other regulated financial service business. So basically, guys, KYC, know your customer, AML, anti-money laundering, they have to do all that good stuff because that's why they're allowed to operate in the United States of America, because they don't want any T-words moving in crypto using Coinbase or any centralized entity in the States. Continuing on, he said, that being said, we don't think there's a high risk of Russians using crypto to avoid sanctions because it is an open ledger. Yeah, open ledger, guys. Crypto is very transparent. He says trying to sneak lots of money through crypto would be more traceable than using US dollars, art, gold, or other assets. So keep in mind, guys, we're still living this legacy financial system. For some reason, they think that criminals can, of course, wash up their funds and make it disappear and launder money via crypto. I understand like Tornado Cash, you can use privacy coins as well. But the thing is, it's always on the blockchain. And to my knowledge, there's still a way to trace it. It's just extremely difficult. When it comes to something like the US dollar, as criminals, the T-words, they use the US dollar every single day, but for some reason, they still want to say crypto is used a lot more. I don't understand why, because if it is, it's actually good that they're using that, because then they can catch them a lot easier, because it's all on the blockchain. Hey, you just follow the addresses, claim it to an IP. Oh, they sent it to a centralized exchange, seized the servers for the centralized exchange. Now you caught them. Simple as that. And it was probably a KYC AML exchange, so now they have their identity. But continuing on, he says, this is not just my opinion, by the way. Experts, yeah guys, experts at the US Treasury and NSC agree. For example, Hannah Lang. Let's go head over and see what she has to say. Or maybe that's a he, I'm not quite sure. It's 2022, so you know what? It is what it is. At a webinar this morning, the National Security Council Director of Cybersecurity, Carol House, says the scale that Russia would need to circumvent all financial sanctions would almost certainly render cryptocurrency as an ineffective primary tool for the state. Well, let me read that again. Would almost certainly render cryptocurrency as an ineffective primary tool for the state. So guys, basically, she just used a bunch of words that kind of don't make any sense. I know them individually, but together I'm a little confused. Point being, though, is basically, from what I'm getting from this, is saying that cryptocurrency will not be an effective tool to circumvent sanctions. I think that's what she's saying. You correct me down below. Guys, crypto is the exact reason. It's the exact reason for this. If a government was to sanction you to stop using your money and you have crypto, you own it yourself, guess what? Well, you own the keys. You decide what's going on. Now, if they knock on your door, put a thing to your head and say, hand it over, well, that's a different story. But, guys, you think they're going to come to every individual? I don't think so. But when it comes to a country, I'm sure Russia's been preparing for this. They knew this was going to happen. Russia's not dumb, okay? This stuff's been going on. This whole Ukraine-Russia thing, it's been going on for years. It just got physical a little more recent. So, everybody, the mainstream media, all the homies out there freaking out, guys, it's been going on for a while. They've been attacking them through computers and stuff like that for a long time. So it's nothing new. But continuing on, she says, however, we do remain vigilant against this threat and against the use of this vehicle as a means for evading sanctions. Guys, I just have to say, this person's stupid. It's plain and simple, guys. We keep it real on the channel. If you don't like it real, I'm sure BitBoy will lie straight to your face. But to the whole point, though, these people, either she's blatantly lying, but guys, they're going to use crypto as a way to evade sanctions, because what else would they use? I mean, I don't know, guys, maybe gold. Think they're going to carry 90 tons of gold around? Maybe only money heist, but I don't think in the real world they will do that. But going back to the main thread right here, guys, continuing on from Brian Armstrong, he said, in addition, we are not preemptively banning all Russians from using Coinbase. We believe everyone deserves access to basic financial services unless the law says otherwise. We went over this in a previous video and on the live stream. Let me repeat that again. Brian Armstrong says, we believe everyone deserves access to basic financial services unless the law says otherwise. So basically what he's saying is he's not going to lock your crypto account. You're not going to lock your Coinbase account unless they're forced to. Scrolling down, he says some ordinary Russians are using crypto as a lifeline now that their currency has collapsed. Guys, my heart goes out to them. What has happened over there in Russia and Ukraine, not just Ukraine, also Russia, is terrible. Their dollar has collapsed. If they shut off their Coinbase account, if they shut off their means to a centralized exchange, that right there is just another thing that's just terrible, guys. They need crypto. This is, if something like this happens to your country, you want to have owned some crypto, because this is extremely terrible. I understand at first you're worried about physically being protected, but guess what now? Once you're physically safe somewhere, now you're gonna need some money. Continuing on, many of them likely oppose that their country is doing, and a ban would hurt them. That said, if the US government decides to impose a ban, we will, of course, follow those laws. Guys, first of all, I think they're going to oppose a ban, and I think, well, of course, they're going to have to follow, because if not, they'll shut them down like Coinbase. But I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. I hope the Russians, I hope any country that they're going to ban, they get access to crypto, pull it off the exchange. Guys, this is why I personally believe you should not keep any large sums on Coinbase or any centralized exchange. I understand Coinbase, personally, it's a great fiat on-ramp. Keep some crypto on there. So when you deposit new funds, you can transfer it off right away. If you want to mess with Uniswap or whatever your heart desires, NFTs, all that great stuff. But guys, this is a real world use case for cryptocurrency. You've seen it right now with the Russians. You might be like, oh, but the Russians are bad. Guys, the thing is, you have to keep in mind, that's a whole other video right there. End of the day, they can justify this in any country. We've seen what they did at the atrocities in Q1 of 2020. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes on. That's all I can really say on YouTube, because YouTube is, well, like, let's be real, it's pretty lame with what you can say. So that's what's going on here with Brian Armstrong. Brian Armstrong's not the only one, guys. We went over this before several weeks ago. Kraken CEO warns users to get their coins out of centralized exchanges. Back when the whole Canada A thing was going on. Scroll down here to Jesse Powell. If you guys are not aware, you should have watched the video like previously, which has a thumbnail on this. Go check it out after this video. He mentioned like right here, he says, due process is for plebs. Might makes right in Canada. If someone dissents, you just confiscate their wealth, revoke their licenses, exclude them from the financial system, and beep their pets. No need to debate the law, policy, or even rights when you have a monopoly on violence. Guys, the atrocities that happened up in Canada, I like to say the Communist Party of Canada, but I mean, maybe that's a little too early. But that's basically what they're doing. You guys know with Canada, they're basically, if you supported the truckers at all, you're considered the T word. They're going to freeze your accounts. They're going to shut everything down. Yet again, another reason to own the large sums of crypto. But that's all I got for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts about that. Do you guys agree with Brian? Do you guys disagree with me? You agree? Whatever. Let me know your comments down below. Do you keep large sums on exchanges? You probably shouldn't, but you know what? You do whatever you want to do. Don't come back crying when they lock you out of it. But of course, guys, smack the subscribes, smack the likes, hit up the Patreon links down below. And until next time, you guys know how it goes. May the gains be with you.